Welcome to Hannah Banana's Big World, where every day is an adventure and every lesson is a stepping stone. Meet Hannah. She's a curious little kind-hearted girl discovering the world one story at a time. Join her on this magical journey filled with fun, challenges, and important life lessons. So today we begin with a very special story, one that might remind you of a time when you faced something new, maybe even a little scary. Don't worry, Hannah's here to show us that with a little courage and a lot of heart, we can overcome anything. So let's jump right in and see where today's adventure takes us.
As Hannah walked to the bus stop with her three sisters and brother, she felt both excited and a little bit scared about starting school. The thought of leaving her mom and her cozy home made her tummy feel all twisty, like there were butterflies fluttering inside. She squeezed her sister's hand tightly, watching the school bus rumble closer. Her siblings looked so happy and brave as they stepped onto the bus, chatting about seeing their friends again. But Hannah felt different. She clutched her book bag and hesitated at the steps. Her brother gave her a reassuring nod. "Come on, Hannah. It'll be okay," he said with a smile. Taking a deep breath, she climbed aboard, finding an empty seat. The ride felt long, and Hannah pressed her forehead against the window, watching the houses blur past. Soon they arrived at the big brick schoolhouse, where students poured inside like a rushing river. Hannah's heart thumped. What if they don't like me? What if I don't fit in? She wondered, gripping her book bag like a shield. Inside, the school felt even bigger. The hallways buzzed with laughter and footsteps. The classroom door loomed ahead. She didn't want to walk in alone. But then she remembered something Mom told her that morning. "Hannah, no matter where you are, God is with you. He will help you, even when you're scared." Summoning the courage, Hannah stepped inside, patent leather shoes clicking softly on the floor. The room was filled with children chatting and finding their seats. She wished she could disappear behind her book bag. Mrs. Thompson, the teacher, noticed her hesitation and walked over with a warm smile. "Good morning, Hannah. So happy you're here. Let's find your seat." Hannah nodded, her voice too shy to speak, and followed her to the desk. She placed her book bag down carefully and smoothed her new dress. The morning announcements began, and as the class stood for the Pledge of Allegiance, Hannah found comfort in the familiar words. When they finished with a prayer, she closed her eyes tightly, whispering to herself, "God, please help me be brave today." The morning passed with new routines, writing her name, listening to a story, and coloring. Though still nervous, Hannah started to relax. Then came lunchtime. "Hannah, you'll be sitting next to Isaac today," Mrs. Thompson said kindly. Hannah's heart raced. "A boy?" She wasn't sure about that. "What if he was mean? What if he tried to kiss me?" She fidgeted in her seat, feeling the fear creeping back. Just as she was about to panic, an older student with a friendly smile sat across from them. "Hey, Hannah, I'm Tierney. First day, huh? It gets easier, I promise." Hannah nodded slowly as she unwrapped her sandwich. She noticed that Isaac wasn't paying her any attention. He was busy crunching on his apple. Relief washed over her. Maybe sitting next to a boy wasn't so bad after all. By the afternoon, Hannah started to feel more at ease. Mrs. Thompson told another story, this time about a little rabbit who was afraid of trying new things, but learned that change could be good. Hannah listened carefully, feeling as if the story was meant just for her. During quiet time, Hannah glanced around the room, observing her classmates. She noticed two girls nearby, with pretty bows in their hair, carefully arranging their crayons. Summoning her courage, she leaned over and whispered, "I like your bows." The girls smiled. "Thanks. Kirsten, and this is Caroline. Do you want to color with us?" Hannah hesitated, then nodded. "Okay." As the afternoon passed, she found herself giggling with her new friends, comparing crayons and stickers. The big classroom didn't seem so scary anymore. When the bell rang, signaling the end of day, she felt a mix of relief and accomplishment. She made it! Stepping into the hallway, she spotted her brother waiting for her, just like Mom had promised. A wave of relief washed over her. She had done it. School had been very scary at first. But she had made new friends, learned new things, and realized that maybe tomorrow wouldn't be so scary after all. Each day that week, school became a little easier. We loved picking out her new dresses each morning and enjoyed learning the class routine. There was one thing she didn't like: homework. It wasn't fun knowing she had to finish it before the next day. "Make sure your homework is done and lay out your clothes for tomorrow," Mom reminded her. "You'll feel better when you're prepared." Hannah groaned, followed Mom's advice, and she had to admit, it did help. By the end of the week, she had learned something important. Fear might always be there, but it didn't have to control her. With God's help, she could face anything, even the things that felt the scariest at first. Thank you for joining us today. The lesson here is fear will always be a part of life, but it doesn't have to control us. With God's help, we can face our fears, trust Him, and grow stronger each day.